Alright, hello and welcome to the video, guys. It's been a little while since I've been playing World of Tanks, but I think a good break before Holiday Ops is necessary for some people, especially for me. Once I get on the Holiday Ops, I am playing World of Tanks pretty much every day, multiple times a day, even, morning and night before I go into work. And yeah, I mean, it gets to a point when you can play this game a little too much. I know there are some CCs that play it literally as a job, and I don't know how the heck they do that. But anyway, guys, we're going to be in the 283. This replay is a little glitchy. I kind of had to go through it and then run it back again because it got a little glitchy, but it looks like it's working now, so we should be good to go. It's just because there was an update for World of Tanks, right? And when there's an update, sometimes these get a little buggy. But here we are in the 283, guys. This is a Tier 9 Russian medium tank, and the way I got this was actually through the Holiday Ops event, and you can go into the event page and you can go to the terminal and you can spend your tokens. And I won't lie to you guys, the way they did Holiday Ops this year, I'm not a fan of it at all. That's all I'm going to say. I think it's way too complicated for your average tanker, and I just think they did way too much. But once you kind of understand what's going on, you can work through it, and it's a lot easier to understand, really, just once you get the grasp of it, right? Like now you know how to collect resources. Now you know that there's certain missions you got to do. Now you know that you have ARLD assignments, and once you know, you know. Anyway, way too complicated this year, and I'll just leave it at that. I wish they just would not make it so damn complicated. But 283, guys, this is a very, very fun tank to play, actually. I don't have end plates for this battle. I only had 5 battles in this tank because with the terminal you can either get it as a rental or you can get it to keep, right? And it's much more rare, I've been told, to get it to basically to keep it, right, to own it. So I got it as a 5-day rental. I played my 5 battles in it. I got rid of my crew, and then I went to the terminal again, and I won it again on literally the next token. I got it 5 more battles, rather. I think I said days, but I meant battles. But yeah, I'm not going to play it again. Like, I got it, right? And you can see how the outlines of the tanks are a little buggy. But I want to show you guys this video because it's the only, I don't want to say it's the only decent game that I played in this vehicle, but it's one that I feel like is at least long enough where I can talk through because, man, I'll tell you guys, the Holiday Ops matchmaking has been brutal. But anyway, I'm getting thrown off track with what I want to say. I got the tank for 5 battles, right? And then I ended up getting it again. I'm not going to play it again because I got rid of my crew, and this is going to be it for me, right? Like, 5 battles is enough for me in this vehicle. I'm not a huge fan of playing this high of a tier. Usually I like to go no more than like tier 8, but it depends on the tank I'm playing, right? Honestly, I wouldn't mind playing this tank more, but it's just I have so many other tanks I want to play for Holiday Ops and stuff that just setting this thing back up again for 5 more battles and losing it again, it's not worth it, right? So this tank, if you're wondering anything about it, I know I've taken a long time to kind of get into this tank, right? But if you're looking to play this vehicle, if you got it for 5 battles or if you own it, right, I would suggest setting it up with vents. I did vents, and then I did also vent purge. I run it with optics and the aim tuner, or the not the aim tuner, it's like improved aiming or something like that, right? The thing that makes the actual bloom smaller, the aim circle smaller. So those are the 3 things I run it with, and I would recommend optics. I think with situational awareness full, you have about 470 view range. I did just enough with crew skills where I had almost 1 skill. I was running situational awareness, I was running the 2 things for dispersion on the driver and the gunner, and I was running, I think, maybe concealment on the last crew member. So that's how I would suggest you set this thing up. And how do you play this thing? You play it hold down, man. That's the way you play it. It's got massive amounts of penetration, 300 millimeters of pen, 360 HP, like decent DPM, and it hits pretty hard, 360 HP, right? So that's how I would play it. The aim time is pretty long, so you want to keep that in mind, and the dispersion is average at best, so you also want to keep that in mind. This thing, you really have to, it's one of those tanks that you have to aim it fully before you're going to pull the trigger. It's just not super accurate, though I would say it has surprised me, right? It's, on paper, it says it's not that accurate, but I've been surprised by it. Where I will hit shots from quite a distance, and you saw as I was getting into this video the 3 shots that we hit in a row on that BZ-176, right? And the BZ-176, I'm not a fan of this tank, guys. I haven't played it. I just think it's way too OP and another toxic vehicle for the game, but everyone has their own opinions, right? So here you're going to see where the accuracy actually, it does what it says it's going to do on paper, right? You can see we have the BZ right here. I know the outline's a little messed up because of the replay, but you can see we're fully aimed right at the lower plate. We're maybe, I don't know, 100 meters away from this guy. And yeah, look, we hit the dirt there, and unfortunately it's the BZ-176, so now I got to take one in the butt for 817, and yeah, this just sucked, right? But in any case, we're retreating. Likely we're going to lose this game. You can see what's going on here. This is Holiday Ops matchmaking. It's World of Tanks matchmaking, man, but Holiday Ops makes it even worse. So we're coming back, and now at this point, I just want to get some shots off on these guys, so I'm going to shoot the CS. I'm going to come down, he misses that shot, so now I know I can probably get away with coming back and hitting him. He ends up getting one into me anyway, though, so I shoot him there. Unfortunately, it's not enough. It's a low roll to clean him up. I figured it would be enough to clean him up, but it wasn't. And this guy's able to clean up the BZ, so that's great. And we have CS here, and now they're flooding the cap basically, so I'm going to run down like this, and I'm going to get a shot to the G-Sor here, and I think I get maybe one more shot to someone else, 379, and I'm just spamming heats with this tank. Honestly, I'll be honest with you guys, I'm just kind of stat padding in this vehicle, because if you play it for only 5 games, you want to have the best performance you can in it, right? Because that's what's going to be your stats for this vehicle forever, pretty much. So that's why I did it that way. STRV 103 comes around the corner here, and he ends up cleaning me up, and that's the game, guys. But just to kind of finish up with talking about this vehicle, I know we're dead, but you can kind of see the way this thing is shaped, right? If you're able to get up onto a ridge, you can stay hold down in this vehicle. The front hull armor is 190, I think, but you can see the way it's angled. It's very kind of oddly angled, almost like an egg or something. So the angling really helps to bring out the effective armor on the vehicle. And then if you can completely go hold down and just have the turret, I think the turret is 250, and even then you kind of have this rounded part of the turret, so that also helps with the effective armor. I was bouncing shells from tier 9 TDs in this vehicle being hold down. So if you get this thing for 5 battles, guys, I would recommend that you play it. It's a pretty good tank. Again, the accuracy is average at best. The aim time is pretty bad, so you have to wait to aim. The mobility is actually surprisingly good for the size of the vehicle. It hits pretty hard. The heat has a really good pen, and the tank performs very well hold down. Keep in mind this is a Russian tank, so the gun depression is not that great. And that's it. That's all I have to say about this tank, guys. It's fun, but just be ready for the downsides of it, like the gun depression and the somewhat lack of accuracy, right? Again, I don't know if I mentioned this, I don't have end plates for this video, and I'm not going to take a look at the statistics because I only had 5 battles in this tank, and then the rental period ended and I got rid of it, right? But you're more than welcome to go on and take a look at the stats on like Tanks GG or something like that. But I honestly like to sometimes ignore the stat sheet, or rather the like the vehicle characteristics sheet, right? Because it's more about how the tank feels. And if you watch World of Tanks enough and you play World of Tanks enough, you watch like CCs, right? Though they're always going to tell you the tank. A lot of tanks feel different than what they say on paper. So there you go, guys. This again is the Object 283, and you can acquire this vehicle by using tokens on the terminal during the holiday ops period. Tier 9 medium Russian tank, and again, this is a new vehicle, so it's not like something they brought back. That's it, guys. 283. I'm gonna record a few more videos for you guys tonight, but hope you enjoyed, and I'll catch you for the next one. So take care. Bye bye now.